In this lesson, you will learn how to define different parameter set for your CI pipeline. If your CI pipeline is parameterized, you will see all the different parameters in ALM Octane. Additionally to that, you can define additional sets of parameter values if you want to run the pipeline from ALM Octane, so you can pass different values and configure your pipeline to use those values during the build process. Let's see how this is implemented. I will use Jenkins as my CI server and create a simple new pipeline job. Let's say this is a parameterized job, a simple freestyle project. Say OK, so the job is created, and the first thing I will do is to demonstrate that how the parameterized job looks like in ALM Octane. I will set here a new parameter and enter, let's say, for example, this is just a URL parameter, and as a default value, I will go just, for instance, the test valid url.com. So this is my URL, and here I can say, okay, this parameter defines the URL where automated tests will run. Yeah? Automated tests will run. Okay, that's it. Just a simple parameter. I can add definitely additional parameters, but for this demonstration, it's enough. So let's save the pipeline and make sure your CI is integrated in ALM Octane and appears properly in the pipelines module. So let's go into Octane, into the pipelines module, go to the pipelines module, and now add a new pipeline. And I will call this, or I will select a parameterized one, just copy the name. I will leave the other fields empty for now. Save it. And now let me reconfigure this as well. So here, parameterized. Okay, so this is my pipeline. I will go into the details. And if you scroll down on the details tab, you will see here you have parameters where one set is defined. So you can say this is a set I want to use when I will run the pipeline from ALM Octane. So the parameter value is passed to your CI, and the CI will use it as part of the build process. So let's say this is the environment build for test. So I have here the parameter set defined for test, and I have another one which is, let's say, environment is pre-prod, and here I just say this is my stage, and then I have here the next one which is, let's say this is environment prod, and here it is just prod. So these are the different parameters I would like to pass into my pipeline. And in my job, I will add now an additional build step, which will just simply print out the parameter value. So I will say echo and then the value of my parameter, which I've defined here on the top URL. So it will just display in the console output the parameter value for me. So once I've done it, these three parameter sets are defined in ALM Octane. And now whenever I will execute and run the pipeline from Octane, it will come up with an additional dialog for me to select the parameter set I want to run. So let's say I will run with this environment pre-prod. It will use this URL. I could potentially also change it here directly if I want, or I can leave it as it is defined. The moment I will click on run, this parameter value will be passed to my CI server and will override the value which I have defined as default value in the parameters in the job. So let's run it. And here I would potentially see now the new build coming up. It is being executed. And now I can go into the console output and see this is the pre-production. So stage.valid.url.com, which is fine. So this was print out by my build step, so which is okay because I selected the pre-production one. If I go back here and run it again, and now I select, for instance, the production one, so this URL will be used. Run it again, go back into Jenkins, and now I will be able to see that the latest one was run under the URL passed by ALM Octane prod.valid.url.com. So this is a very easy way to run different configuration of your fully parameterized pipeline if you want to exclude any build step or include any additional options. So this is a great way to parameterize it and run it from ALM Octane.